Welcome to this tutorial on C# programming. In this video, we will cover the basics of C# programming language, including variables, data types, operators, control statements, loops, and functions. So let's get started. The first thing we'll cover is variables. In C#, variables are used to store values. Here's an example of how to declare and use variables in C#. As you can see, we declare variables with a data type such as integer, float, string, or boolean. Then we assign a value to the variable using the assignment operator. Finally, we can use the variable to perform operations or print the value to the console. Next, let's look at data types. In C#, data types determine the type of value that can be stored in a variable. Here are some examples of data types in C#. As you can see, we have integer, float, string, and boolean data types. Each data type has a different range of values that it can store. We can use these data types to perform calculations or store different types of information. Moving on, let's talk about operators. In C#, operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. Here are some examples of operators in C#. As you can see, we have arithmetic operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We also have comparison operators such as greater than, less than, equal to, and not equal to. These operators allow us to perform operations and make comparisons in our code. Now let's take a look at control statements. In C#, control statements allow us to control the flow of our program. Here are some examples of control statements in C#. As you can see, we have if-else statements and switch statements. These statements allow us to make decisions in our code and perform different actions based on those decisions. Lastly, let's talk about loops. In C#, loops allow us to repeat a block of code multiple times. Here are some examples of loops in C#. As you can see, we have for loops, while loops, and do-while loops. These loops allow us to perform repetitive actions and iterate through data. Bonus tip: C# also allows us to define functions. Functions are reusable blocks of code that can be called from anywhere in our program. Here's an example of how to define and use a function in C#. As you can see, we define a function with a name, data type, and parameters. Then we can call the function from anywhere in our program to execute the code inside the function. And that's it for this tutorial on C# programming. We hope you found this helpful in understanding the basics of C# programming language. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.